Grove Primary Valedictorian encourages youths to focus on education and resist crimes. JOSEL Educational Institute recognizes Breast Cancer Awareness Month. In the region, ALBERTO Fernandez expected to dethrone Argentina's President MACRI. And internationally, US-China trade war. Americans lose jobs as a result. Greetings and welcome to this edition of Headline News Update. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. Today, the JOSEL Educational Institute joined the world in supporting Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This event was held at the Seventh-day Adventist Conference Center in Queenstown, Georgetown. Teachers and students were all attired in pink as they participated in singing, dancing, and poetry.
Please take time to buy one and say breast cancer no more.
Also present at the event was the Director of Nursing at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, Keith Alonzo. Alonzo stressed the importance of cancer awareness through education and early detection. He also encouraged both men and women to have regular mammograms starting at age 45. The PTA of JOSEL's Educational Institute held a donation drive earlier in October, and at that event, they handed out cash donations to 3 breast cancer survivors. The deputy head teacher of the JOSEL's Educational Institute, Don English, said that there is hope even after sickness.
Sometimes we get sick, but you know what? There is hope. Amen?
This is an annual event that the JOSEL Educational Institute has hosted for the past 6 years. 48-year-old Sherlyn Errol Cutting, a sailor attached to the Transport and Harbors Department, was murdered last night. According to reports, around 1830, Cutting of Leawood Street, North Rhymeville, Georgetown, asked the man to leave the Perique East Bank Essequibo selling. The man refused, which started an argument. Cutting then allegedly picked up a piece of wood and struck the suspect, who responded by stabbing him with a pair of scissors under his left armpit. Police have only identified the suspect in custody as a 28-year-old laborer of Ithaca, West Bank, Berbice. The suspect had reportedly visited the Lenora Cottage Hospital after sustaining injuries on the abdomen and knees. Coming up after the break, Grove Primary Valedictorian encourages youths to focus on education and resist crimes. And young adults in viral phone snatching video charged and remanded.
Styles, simply different.
Maison Francois chocolatier is a liquidy cake teasing your taste buds. It's handmade, it's chocolate, it's true, it's healthy, organic, delicious, and nutritious. Have a taste of our chocolates, cakes, and much more in a variety of flavors like never before. Try our peppermint, walnut ginger, coconut rum cream, and pistachio. Only at Maison Chocolatier, 45 Garnet Street, Georgetown. And also indulge in our Saturday and Sunday breakfast, lunch, and afternoon tea only by reservations. Telephone 648-2619. Maison Francois Chocolatier, the best chocolates you ever have.
Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have so much waste to dispose of in the landfill? Well, composting can help us reduce the waste we dispose of by turning our organic waste into compost, which can be used to improve the quality of our soil.
Composting is very simple and convenient.
You can compost using organic waste such as vegetable skins,
or fallen leaves and cut grass and put this in a composting bin or pile. Compost can help your garden grow healthy plants
while reducing your volume of waste. It's a really good way to keep our communities clean and healthy.
So, let's all start composting our waste.
Find out how easy it is. Call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.gy. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Eligibility to vote. In order for you to vote in local government elections on the 12th November 2018, you must be 18 years or over, a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a Commonwealth citizen living in Guyana for 1 year or more, registered and living in the municipality or neighborhood democratic council or constituency in which you're desirous of voting to be able to vote on both the proportional representation and the constituency components of the election. You must be listed on the register of voters for the municipality or neighborhood democratic council and constituency in which you're desirous of voting. Every eligible citizen has the right and responsibility to vote at local government elections. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-0277-9 or 223-9653. Email pro@gcom.org.gy or visit GCOM's website at www.gcom.org.gy.
Join GTT in the fight against cancer at the Pinktober 5K and 10K Walk and Run, Saturday, October 26th at Durban Park from 5:30 a.m. Sign up at GTT stores for only $2,000 and make a difference today. Use MMG and pay just $1,500 at select GTT stores. Let's be aware and show that we care. See press for more details or visit gtt.co.gy/Pinktober.
Kissoon's Furniture. Mega sale. 6 days of savings. And I'm talking mega savings on office furniture, outdoor furniture, bedrooms, dining rooms, living rooms, and carpets and mattresses. Sale starts October 26th and ends on October 21st at all branches. It's Kissoon's Furniture. Mega sale. A Guyanese business for Guyanese people.
Welcome back. 3 teenagers who were caught on video snatching a man's phone at Stabrook Market Square, Georgetown, were to the charge, which alleged that on October 17, 2019, while being in the company of each other, they robbed Ethan Maku of 2 cell phones valued $298,000. It was reported that Loku gave chase and caught up with the teen at Camp Street. However, the teens, who were armed with knives, stabbed him to his neck and left shoulder and took away another phone he had in his possession. It was further alleged that Daniel MacArthur on October 11, 2019 at Georgetown stole 1 handbag valued at $5,000, a phone valued at $65,000, and $2,000 from Juliet Wells. The magistrate remanded the teens to prison until November 29th.
Well, I know they're already doing their best.
12-year-old Groves Samantha Point East Bangdara.
Living here in Grove with a lot of things going on lately.
A lot of things like what?
Like last month, what's happened to Miss Other Things. I really think the cause of that is because of education. Because when you don't get it when you're young, you grow up to become things you didn't really wish for.
Mackenzie overcame his family circumstances to excel in this year's National Grade 6 assessment. The Grove Primary Valedictorian is attending Bishop High School. One of 8 children, Mackenzie is determined to make his family, school, and community proud as he encourages other youths to put education first.
I think that all parents should be with their children, help them along the way. Teachers already do their job, but the children have to show passion for the work. Not like it being something you have to do. Do it because you really want to do it.
Mackenzie parents beamed with pride over their son's achievement. How do you feel about growing your children in this community and so on?
Well, that's a hard one because, as we all know, every day there's something new, something different happening in the area. Be it somebody getting robbed or somebody being killed. And recently we had a bridge at the back in the backyard where we had to take down because they normally use they use it like as a gateway to get away. So I spoke to his father and said, we cannot wait until something bad happens. We got to do it now because you never know what could happen.
One community counselor advised other youths to emulate Mackenzie's focus on education to help make a difference in their community.
Despite the adverse situation in the community, youths can come out on top if they dedicate themselves. And Daniel is such an element that shows the dedication, that he's very passionate, to continue his education successfully. So, I mean, as a counselor on the NDC and as a citizen of this community as well, I do everything in my power. I work along with his parents to make sure that Daniel receives his desire.
When he grows up, Mackenzie hopes to be a doctor.
Greatest, I'm a little bit of hope.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. When we return, Alberto Fernandez expected to dethrone Argentina's President MACRI and U.S.-China war trade. Americans lose jobs as a result.
Are you kidding me? Really? So wrong. That is not what we were taught at the Green Generation Guyana camp.
Is this the correct way to do it? Drivers, you have 2 options that you can use. First, you can temporarily put your empty plastic bottles in the trunk of your vehicle or on the ground on the passenger side next to you. Or secondly, place them in the nearest garbage bin you see. We need you to play your part in helping us keep the environment clean and healthy. A message from the Ministry of Communities, Green Generation Guyana Sanitation Program. For more information, please contact us on 592-227-2605, or you may find us on the World Wide Web at www.moc.gov.gy.
Maison Francois chocolatier is a lick really quick, teasing your taste buds. It's handmade, it's chocolate, it's true, it's healthy, organic, delicious, and nutritious. Have a taste of our chocolates, cakes, and much more in a variety of flavors like never before. Try our peppermint, walnut ginger, coconut rum cream, and pistachio. Only at Maison Chocolatier, 45 Garnet Street, Georgetown. And also indulge in our Saturday and Sunday breakfast, lunch, and afternoon tea only by reservations. Telephone 648-2619. Maison Francois Chocolatier, the best chocolates you ever have.
Eligibility to vote. In order for you to vote in local government elections on the 12th November 2018, you must be 18 years or over, a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a Commonwealth citizen living in Guyana for 1 year or more, registered and living in the municipality or neighborhood democratic council or constituency in which you are desirous of voting to be able to vote under both the proportional representation and the constituency components of the election. You must be listed on the register of voters for the municipality or neighborhood democratic council and the constituency in which you are desirous of voting. Every eligible citizen has the right and responsibility to vote at local government elections. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-0277-9 or 223-9653. Email pro@gcom.org.gy or visit GCOM's website at www.gcom.org.gy.
Styles. Simply different.
Kissoon's Furniture Mega Sale. 6 days of savings. And I'm talking mega savings on office furniture, outdoor furniture, bedrooms, dining rooms, living rooms, and carpets and mattresses. Sale starts October 26th and ends on October 21st at all branches. It's Kissoon's Furniture Mega Sale. A Guyanese business for Guyanese people.
Join GTT in the fight against cancer at the Pinktober 5K and 10K Walk and Run, Saturday, October 26th at Durban Park from 5:30 a.m. Sign up at GTT stores for only $2,000 and make a difference today. Use MMG and pay just $1,500 at select GTT stores. Let's be aware and show that we care. See press for more details or visit gtt.co.gy/Pinktober.
Welcome back. In the region, presidential candidates in Argentina have held their final rallies ahead of Sunday's elections. Overall support for President Mauricio Macri has fallen amid economic turmoil. Al Jazeera's Teresa Ball reports.
Last year, Alberto Fernandez never thought he could become Argentina's next president. He was a rival of former President Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, and even though he was her husband Néstor Kirchner's chief of staff, he was also a fierce critic of her time in office. Now, Alberto and Cristina, as people call them, have put their differences aside. Together, they have a better chance of defeating center-right President Mauricio Macri in Sunday's vote.
I told Cristina, let's do it together, and let's do it right. Let's do it together and show the best team in Argentina is this one, the one that thinks for Argentines. 4 years have passed, 4 years of pain, of seeing 43 small companies shut down a day, thousands of people without work, regional economies, our pensioners suffering, salaries dropping. All that happened with a government that filled the pockets of the banks.
On Thursday, Alberto Fernández closed his campaign in the city of Mar del Plata, where his Peronist party stood together for the first time in years. President Mauricio Macri closed his campaign in the province of Córdoba. Knowing polls show he is running behind by at least 15 points. Macri has been struggling with an economic crisis that has put Argentina on the verge of default once again. He blames the previous administration of Cristina Fernández de Kirchner.
We are going to have to continue facing challenges to solve, but bringing the same ones from the past will not help us at all. Let's not fall into the promises of those who let us down so many times for so many years. They ruled for so many years and left the country in tatters.
For months, people here have been withdrawing their money, afraid that Argentina's banking system may collapse once again, just like it did in the past. Political and economic uncertainty are making people turn to the US dollar, and that's why the central bank is using foreign reserves to prevent the further devaluation of the peso currency that immediately translates into more inflation. There's lots of speculation onto whether the government will be forced to implement further measures to contain the hemorrhage of the foreign reserves. Alberto Fernandez says Macri's agreement with the IMF to introduce austerity here is to blame. And Mauricio Macri is now promising to end spending cuts and push for growth. His challenge is to convince voters to trust him one more time. Teresa Bo, Al Jazeera, Buenos Aires.
And internationally, China and the US are set to continue high-level talks on Friday as the two countries continue to battle over trade. Al Jazeera's John Hendren reports.
From the Chicago skyline, follow the southbound tracks for half an hour and you will arrive at the latest battleground in the US-China trade war. In this gleaming new $100 million manufacturing plant, China's CRRC is building the first of 800 passenger rail cars for Chicago's elevated trains. But Congress is now considering banning the company from making trains here.
Unfortunately, we, along with some others, are the collateral damage of a much bigger issue, the trade war and the geopolitical strife and issues that are going on between China and the U.S.
These wires that are attached here.
Meet the next potential casualties of the trade war.
We want to be a part of something special for Chicago, and for that to be taken away from us would be disheartening, and unfortunately we would just have to find somewhere else to work.
CRRC has 300 workers at a plant in Massachusetts and plans to double the 90 here in Chicago. But China has a major image problem here.
We can't allow China to rip us off anymore as a country.
With Donald Trump sparking an economic battle with the world's second largest economy, the bill to blacklist China from passenger rail projects that receive federal funding, which is virtually all of them, has drawn support from both parties. Since Pullman built its last car in 1968, no American manufacturer makes passenger rail cars. The trade war launched by the Trump administration aims in part at increasing business and employment here in the United States. But mistrust between the two countries is so great that the U.S. seems intent on punishing China, even if it means also hurting jobs and manufacturing here at home. Some members of Congress fear China's growing economic dominance and the national security threat posed by what they claim could be listening devices embedded in rail cars. Critics call them spy trains. CRRC calls that ridiculous.
CRRC is not doing that. When CRRC builds the rail cars and delivers them to the Transit Authority, CTA takes full control of the rail cars.
Economists say the U.S.-China conflict has begun to slow trade generally.
There have been a number of economic outlooks, economic forecasts that have said that the trade war is beginning to drag on the global economy generally. Trade is affecting global growth.
And that threatens to derail not just Chinese manufacturers and American jobs, but the global economy. John Hendren, Al Jazeera, Chicago.
Here's your 3-day weather forecast. And that is all for this edition of Headline News Update. Tune in on